What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today we're going to be talking about some more affordable guns. Affordable guns you have to try. These are going to be 5 guns that I personally really like, that I don't think get quite enough recognition, that I think should be more mainstream based on how well they actually perform, especially for the money. Some of the criteria for this list is going to be that not only are they affordable, especially for their price tier. So if it's a semi-automatic shotgun, it might be a little more than a pump shotgun. They also are going to be very reliable, they're going to be very accurate, and they're going to be useful for multiple tasks. Now, before we get into that video, I do want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's made all of this possible, and we really appreciate you guys. So if you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. Just go to the link in the description below. Also in that description is a link to a local homeless shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. Those kids could use your help, so please go down there and donate to those kids. With that being said, let's get right into it with number 5, a little bitty 22. One of my personal favorite 22 pistols, and that is going to be the SIG P322. Now, this 22 pistol does pretty much anything a 22 pistol can do. Comes with a 4-inch barrel and a compact size, so if you wanted to carry it in a pinch, you definitely could. It's also easy to carry in the field in case you need it for, I don't know, rodent disposal, maybe even snakes, something like that. It's extremely lightweight, coming in at around 20 ounces. On top of that, it comes suppressor ready, so you can either have the threaded barrel or not. It comes optics ready, so you can use an optic or not. And if you don't, it also has really good sights on it that'll do you in a pinch with no problem without an optic at all. I would say this is going well. The gun in my use was extremely reliable, especially for a rimfire design. Traditionally, 22s are A, not very reliable, which this one absolutely was, and B, very low capacity. That's the funny thing about 22s, is if you buy a 22, it's got such a small, skinny round, and it could fit so much in the magazine, they just don't. Enter the SIG 322, which has a 20 round capacity, which is actually pretty impressive for a 22 handgun, and gives you all the volume you need to have a great time on the range. Pair that with the fact that 22 is a great beginner gun, so not only could you use this for your own personal use, but if you had some new shooters you needed to train, this would be a great start. And if you are a new shooter and you're looking to get into a pistol, it's a great way to go because it simulates some of the ergonomics of the 365 series, in my personal opinion. And on top of that, you have a lot of rounds to play with, and 22 is extremely affordable. Even today, where 9mm can be up to 50 cents a round, 22 is pretty affordable and really easy to shoot. So overall, a fun gun, a useful gun, an affordable gun, and especially compared to its peers, an excellent gun. In at number 4, one of the best AR-15s for the money, and if you're looking for a home defense gun, it's hard to do better than this, and that is going to be the IWI Zion 15. Now, my IWI Zion 15 had a 16-inch barrel. It was extremely reliable and accurate, and on top of that, it didn't break the bank at a price tag of around $750. They make a 16-inch version. As I'm aware, they make a 12.5-inch version, which I'm going to be getting for review at some point, if I don't keep forgetting to buy it anyway. The gun itself comes from IWI, which has an absolutely excellent track record of making military firearms, and they don't cut corners. Not only is it affordable, it's reliable, and it's got a track record of excellence. On top of that, it's an AR-15, so you can use it for pretty much anything you needed to. It can handle range defense, home defense, you can use it for a truck gun, and you could even switch the uppers and hunt with it if you wanted to. You can put a red dot on it, CQB with it, or you could put an optic on it and shoot it at distance. It's accurate enough and fast enough for both. Even fast, all those are in the bullseye at 50.
No way.
So we're 2 MOA gun for sure. That's a sub 1-inch group at 50. Definitely an excellent entry-level AR-15, and I know I talk about the Rugers, I talk about the Smiths, and I talk about several other brands like Springfield all the time because they are the common brands you see in the big box store. But if you're interested in something different that is just as good, if not better, the IWI Zion is something to check out. In at number 3, this is kind of a fun one. That's not a bad time. the Rossi Brawler single shot 410 or 45 long Colt. Now this is a single shot gun, which doesn't seem useful, but in reality, a single shot gun can get you through almost anything that you need. In real life, you're not going to have to engage multiple opponents every single day of the week. Most likely, you might need to load a round into a gun and shoot some snakes, or maybe run off a possum or two, in which case the Rossi Brawler is an excellent choice for this gun. On top of that, it could definitely be used for self-defense in a pinch. 45 long Colt is no joke. If you're accurate enough, you can get the job done. But what I really like about the gun is that it sort of looks like you're going to board a ship with it. And I personally just like how it looks, but I really love the price point. It's a very reliable, very accurate gun, although extremely limited capacity. You can reload it pretty quick, but it takes two types of ammunition. So you can use 410 shells if you want to do some really small game hunting or maybe shooting snakes, possums, rodents, things like that. You can use 45 long Colt for anything bigger, but the real plus of the gun is that it's $100 freaking. And one round that works is always better than 10 rounds from a high point that doesn't. I think the bonus here is that it looks extremely cool and it is a riot to shoot. We brought this out with Twista and Tony and those guys along with shooting with Nick, and we had $7,000 2011s out there and we were taking turns shooting the Rossi Brawler. That's how much fun that gun is. In at number 2, we have a shotgun. Now this shotgun is sort of blurring the lines of affordability, but considering the price tier that it's sitting in, I'm going to count it, and that's why I made the preface at the beginning of the video. This is the Beretta A300 Patrol Ultima. Now, this is one of the best shotguns that I've personally ever owned, and it is on the very low spectrum of semi-automatic shotguns before you get into the Turkish shit. The only two shotguns I would recommend for self-defense that are semi-automatic that are in that tier are going to be the Mossberg 940 and then the Beretta A300, and I think the Beretta A300 is a phenomenal gun. Extremely lightweight, very low recoil, comes out of the box ready to go with an M-LOK rail and a pretty cool color in all fairness. You can get it in FDE, you can get it in green, you can get it in multicam, or you can get it in traditional black if you're boring. Comes with great sights from the factory, a Picatinny rail, and one of the best, most ergonomic forends on a shotgun that I have ever had. On top of that, it has a very smooth loading gate. It can load anything from 7.5 shot all the way up to buckshot and slugs with no problem whatsoever, and it's a very smooth shooting shotgun overall, especially for the under $1,000 price point.
Oh, there we go. Now this is what you want.
I know that's more expensive than some of the other guns on the list, but you're getting a lot more for it as well. A reliable, durable, time-tested semi-automatic shotgun traditionally is going to cost you a lot. And if you don't believe me, check out the Benelli M4 or the 1301, which is the Italian-made twin-ish brother to the A300. Beretta has a history longer than any other firearms company of making excellent shotguns. They've been doing it for about 500 years, and I think for the money, the A300 Ultima Patrol is probably their magnum opus. It is an 18-inch semi-automatic shotgun, and you can do an awful lot inside a house or in a truck with that, and I think overall, for the versatility that 12 gauge gives you, and for the usefulness of this gun overall, especially for the money, it came very close to being the top spot. At number 1, one of my all-time favorite guns, and I think probably the best handgun for the money still today, the CZ P10F. Now the CZ P10F is a full-size 4.5-inch striker-fired polymer frame pistol with a better trigger than a Glock, as reliable as a Glock, faster than a Glock, more accurate than a Glock in my personal opinion, and it's half the price. The gun comes optics ready with pretty good sights, a track record of excellence from CZ that's hard to find anywhere else, and it comes with 2 19-round magazines out of the box, all for a price of $300 or less. I have seen these for $300 in big box stores more than once, and if you can't find one, that's your problem. The CZ P10F is and has been for the last 5 years the best pistol for the money. money. I have multiple 1,000-round reviews of the CZP-10 from the S, the C, and the F. I think I have 3,000 or 4,000 rounds through my CZP-10F right now. I've even had the CZP-10F competition. I can shoot them out of distance. I can shoot them extremely fast. And if that was the only handgun that I had to have and my budget was $300, I wouldn't feel bad about using that for home defense. And in a pinch, you could even concealed carry it. Since it's the same weight as a Glock 17, you can carry it all day as well. Be great for a duty pistol. It'd be great for pretty much anything you can use a handgun for. Even competition, you could take that into carry optics, or you could take that into production, and you could definitely win if you had the skill level. Wonderful trigger and very low recoil impulse, especially for the price. I think it is the best you can do for the $300 price point if you're looking for a 9mm handgun. There's other great guns out there as well that I considered putting on this list, but nothing to this day beats the P10F. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help our Oklahoma shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.